स्टडीज़ सिवन्या स्टडीज़ चैनल पर आपका स्वागत है एंड हेलो हाय सत श्री अकाल। एंड आपका ये बायो एंड ऑफ बायोपॉलिटी चैप्टर है जिसकी हम आज क्वेश्चन आंसर करेंगे। ये बुक के क्वेश्चन हैं आपके और देन हम और सारे और क्वेश्चन करेंगे। ओके, आज हम आपको क्वेश्चन कराने वाले हैं। सो प्लीज़ अटेंशन इन दिस क्लास। देखिए टेक्स्ट बुक के सॉल्व क्वेश्चन आप हैं इसमें। Which statement people enjoyed freedom, economic freedom? अरेंज द फॉलोइंग, ये हमने कल ही करा दिए थे आपको, उसी में करा दिए मैंने सारे आपको। अब आगे करते हैं। मेंशन एनी मेंशन एनी मेंशन एनी थ्री डिस्टिंग्विश द सोवियत इकोनॉमी फ्रॉम द कैपिटलिस्ट कंट्री। देखो एक ऐसा करना, इनको नोट कर लेना अपनी नोटबुक में और साइड में पॉइंटर्स लिख लेना बिल्कुल शॉर्ट। The three features distinguish Soviet economy, the capitalist economy, like the US summon as the following. Soviet economy experienced complex communication network, vast energy resources, and efficient sector that connected remotest areas. Soviet Union industries produced domestic consumer prints to cars. Quality did not match Western capitalist country best technology. The Soviet Union ensured a minimum standard all living citizens. Consequently, government subsidy based health, education, child care, and other welfare schemes. There was absence of freedom. Absence. There was unemployment. Union land and productive were owned state only. What were the factors that forced Gorbachev to initiate the reforms in USSR? Mikhail Gorbachev was the General Secretary of the Communist Party in 1985. Mein. He forced to initiate the reforms in the USSR due to the following reason: to keep the USSR abstract of the information technological revolution in the West, to normalize relations with the West, thus to democratize Soviet Union, to loosen the administration the system the excellent privilege. Okay, what was the major consequence distinction? Consequence based the distinction the Soviet major consequence and distinction of the Soviet Union give a end of the Cold War. ये आपका end of Cold War ideological dispute between ये आपका Cold War between two superpowers. Military alliances had been abolished and demand arose for world peace and security. Multipolar system was surpassed to exist where no single power could dominate, and a group of countries play a crucial role in the world market. Naam. The US became sole superpower. Capitalist economy became the dominant international. World Bank and IMF became the powerful advisors. The motion of the liberal democracy political. The liberal democracy in the way organized the political. Due to the distinction the Soviet many the countries emerged the independent expression a choice that Baltic and East European states wanted to join the European Union and became a part of the North. Indian Central Asian countries took advantage of their geographical location, continue the close the Russia, West China and others. What was the shock therapy? क्या थी shock therapy? What this is the best way to organize transition from the to the capitalism. Shock therapy was a painful process of the transition from the authoritarian socialist system to democratic capitalist system. Authoritarian socialist system to democratic capitalist system. The transition was influenced by the World Bank and IMF came to know East Europe that this is the intensity speed amongst the second world countries, but is the direction features were the quite similar. Was the best way to the transition communism to following drawback. Russia large state control industrial complex 90% industries thought the sell to private individual. It created largest carry cell industry valuable entire industry. Higher it is the systematic destroy old system social welfare. The value ruble Russian currency declined dramatically due to the high rate of the inflation. GDP of Russia also declined 1989-99. Withdrawal of the government subsidy pushed large sections of the society into the poverty, and it emerged mafia start the controlling many economic activities. Privatization led to economic new disparities between divided between rich and poor. The hence the shock therapy economic disaster upon the entire region. ये अब आगे चलते हैं। सोशलिस्ट सिस्टम कब मैंने आपको ऑब्जेक्टिव एक्सप्लेनेशन करवाई थी, तो मैंने आपको एक एक ऑब्जेक्टिव बताया था, एक एक हर चीज़ बताई थी। सोशलिस्ट सिस्टम प्लेज द 1970। व्हाट वाज शॉक थेरेपी? शॉक थेरेपी क्या थी? शॉक थेरेपी वाज द ट्रांजिशन फ्रॉम द ऑथोरिटेरियन सोशलिस्ट सिस्टम टू डेमोक्रेटिक कैपिटलिस्ट सिस्टम सेंट्रल एशिया ईस्ट यूरोप अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ द वर्ल्ड बैंक एंड IMF. What was the largest garage sale in history? The largest garage sale in was resulted due to shock therapy. To undervalue the valuable industry, the USR sold them at the throwaway prices. What was the immediate cause of the disintegration of the USR? The rise of the nationalism sovereignty within the various republics, including Russia and Baltic Republic, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Ukraine, Georgia, proved to the most immediate cause of the US disintegration of the USR. What was the socialist bloc? The second world countries, the group of East European countries, who were liberated. The from fascist forces followed model of the USSR known as socialist bloc. Name of the USSR. What is the name of the former USSR? Russia. The Berlin Wall कब गिरी थी? 1989 में। What does the 1985 में मैंने आपको हर चीज़ बताई थी। मिखाइल गोर्बाचेव मेंशन रोल बोरिस येल्टसिन द बोरिस येल्टसिन was a national hero popular election Russia republics in 1999. The leadership Ukraine the Belarus declares the independent. CIS Commonwealth of Independence 1922 में बना। What means what meant by the shock therapy? The shock therapy was the state of the affairs which significance qualifies the communism painful process the transition the authoritarian socialist system to democratic capitalist system. The shock therapy administered 1909 to lead the promise to utopia mass consumption. ये आपको दो ही पॉइंट लिखने हैं ना, 2 नंबर का है। The entire disaster economic disaster. What is said? The collapses of the world in world, the collapse of bipolar world. Collapses of the world in world was unified, divided Germany, eight East European. The Soviet bloc is replaced the communist government, resulted disintegration. Soviet Union. With the disintegration of the Soviet Union, military alliances came to an end of the World War became unipolar. Mention any two characteristics Soviet political system. The Soviet political system centered on the Communist Party, and no other political party or opposition was allowed. The economy was planned and controlled by the state only. The one party system had tight control over all institutions were unaccountable to the people. The locked democracy were the snatched away right to freedom, speech and the expressions. The Soviet Union lagged behind West in technology. Best. The Soviet Union lagged behind West in technology, infrastructure, transport, power. The it political economy aspiration of the people resulted. The thought the wages continue to grow, productivity, technology fell considerably behind of that of the West. Short of the consumer goods की कमी हो गई थी. Food import. The mention any Soviet economy stand mention any feature some features Soviet society. देखिए बार बार repeated Soviet society gave a state and party institution only. Only Communist Party was ruling over on the no opposition was allowed. The economy was planned and controlled by the state. The Soviet Union became great power of the Second World War. What write on a note. Information of the Commonwealth of Independence. The district of the USSR gave birth. Commonwealth of Independence is under the leadership Boris Yeltsin. Ukraine, Belarus declared themselves as the independent and they gave a prize to other republics. The Central Asian Republic issue was resolved quickly, making republics the founding. The member of the CIS and Russia became the successor of the state, who was inherited the Soviet in the UN that accepted all the international treaties and Mention any two possibilities which were being pursued in the change in the scenario of world politics and after distinction. US, the one only sole superpower, the dominated unipolar world. Multipolar world also exists where no other no power could dominate or the group, the countries that could participate in the internal affairs. How did the USSR came into existence? USSR came into existence after the socialist revolution in Russia in 1917 with the inspiration of the socialists and need for egalitarian society who opposed capitalism. This was considered the biggest attempt in human history to abolish the institution of private property and design the society based on equality. What was the Gorbachev? Why did he seek to reform Soviet society? The Gorbachev, the General Secretary, the Communist Party of the Soviet Union in 1985, he was forced by the following factors to seek the reforms in the Soviet society: to keep the USSR abreast of the information and technological revolution, to bring the Soviet economy at par with the West, the loosens administration system, the democratic system to normalize relations. How did shock therapy affect trade and the commerce of Russia? The shock therapy affected the trade and the commerce of Russia in following manner. The value of the ruble Russia currency declined. The inflation high rate and low savings people and lack of productive technology shortage कमिंग्स हो गई थी रसिया की जीडीपी गिर गई थी ओके बहन एंड हाउ द रसिया इज रिवाइव कब रिवाइव हुई थी 2001 में 2000 में रिवाइव हुई थी और किससे किससे हो रही थी देखो गैस यानी कि उनकी पाइपलाइन से ही उनके लिए पैसे आ रहे थे द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग द यूनिट द Write a note the tense and conflict in Russia. In Russia, two republics, Chechnya and Dagestan, had violent secession movement. Moscow declared Chechnya and rebels the indiscriminate military have the raid, but failed as the presence of indefense, tension and conflict. Mention methods of shock therapy amongst the former Second World. Newly evolved the creation the shock therapy involved a drastic change in the consideration investment. The old system, the social welfare system destroyed. Shock therapy justified the government withdrew the subsidies and pushed people into poverty. The middle classes were pushed then to periphery of society admin intellectual manpower migrated. A mafia had been emerged and started controlling many economic activities. Privatization led to no disparities. The four number के कुछ describe the consequence of Soviet Union. The disintegration of the Soviet Union, end of the cold confrontations. Number one, cold of confrontations और ये end of armed race खत्म हो गई थी और multipolar system बन गया था. US became sole superpower. Capitalist economy, dominant economy. The many new economies, the 15 republics countries, the aspirations and choice. Explain any two reasons disintegration of the USSR. Two reasons: an internal weakness as the Soviet economic institution failed in the economic stagnation हो गई थी. Soviet and political institutions failed to meet the aspirations of the people. The society, the system became communist party was unaccountable to the people. The what were the political reasons for the Soviet Union disintegration? The Communist Party was union had ruled 70 years. It is accountable to the people. It was not accountable to the people. Ordinary people have been alienated and were exempted from the enjoying the privilege and to participate activity in the political affairs due to show shifting the administration the inability of the system correct a mistake the lowest popular support centralized authority vast land in a manner Gorbachev reform policy was protested. Who took the command during these? The East European countries, which were part of the Soviet bloc, started to protest. Government and Soviet control. The Boris Yeltsin took the command during these the events. He had popular support of the people in the elections began to seek centralized control. The power began to shift from center to republics, which declared themselves independent. In December 1991, Boris Yeltsin, Russia, Ukraine. Why did the Soviet system became so weak? The Soviet economy stagnant. Soviet system became so weak The economy is stagnant. The Soviet economy was used much of its resources maintaining nuclear military arsenal, centralized development in tighter Eastern Europe, the five Central Asian, the late Azon Mount economy burden. The ordinary citizens become the more knowledgeable about the economy of the West. The why did the reform policy fail in spite of the accurate diagnosis in the problem? When the Gorbachev carried his reform, the loosened the system he set in the motion, forced his expectations. The few who have predicted that the became virtually impossible to the control. Some sections and society Gorbachev moved a master. For the same members of the Communist Party, the power and the privileges were eroding, and the Gorbachev, the moving too quickly in tug of war, the lost support, the divided and public opinion with the Syrian dependence. एंड थैंक यू, ये आपके क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट हो चुके हैं एंड इनको लिख लेना एंड आप एक बार बस पढ़ लिया करिए सो ये आपको लर्न हो जाएंगे एंड थैंक यू। मिलते हैं अगली क्लास में।